Welcome everyone to the Ultimate Guide to Blender 3D Rigging and Animation, and this is where we left it off. So now let's actually do the hands. So the first thing I'm going to do with the hands is I'm going to grab this hand and I'm going to pull it further back like so, and I'm going to rotate it. So R and X, rotate it like so, and then with this hand I'm going to put it forward like so. Then I'm going to rotate it just a tad like so. All right. Now you can see at the moment she's walking really weirdly. So now we need to come in. So I'll just go to the side first. So this is kind of the angle that you want it to start with. And now let's go to the front and we're going to bring these arms in because at the moment they look a bit silly. So let's bring it in. And you can see I'm going to have to drop it down a little bit like so. Then I'm going to bring this one in. And again, I'm going to drop this one down just a little bit like so. And now you can see that's looking a lot more realistic. Now the other thing is if I come to the front, you can see she's walking at the moment like, you know, John Wayne or something. So what we need to do is bring this in and bring this one in just a little bit closer together, or else the gate is just too far away. All right. So we've got the front. So I'm just going to show you the front now. I'm going to turn this a little bit more. So RY this time, just turn it in a little bit. I'm going to turn this one in a little bit. So R and Y like so. And then I'm just going to have a look round. I'm going to press 3 so you can see. So it's like that. Like that, like this, and like this. Now the thing is, as I say, if you need to alter this, then we can go in and alter it. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to press A, and we're going to press I, location and rotation. Because we've actually done the location and rotation. We haven't altered the actual scale, so we're okay with that. So location. All right. Now, if you hop down, you'll see that nothing's happened. And the reason is just hold the middle mouse, pull it up, and there you go. There is all your keyframes. Now, the moment you won't see all the bones or anything like that, which is kind of understandable. The first thing we'll do though is we'll go to here and click this on to make sure that we've got automatic movement in there, so it actually picks up every time we move a bone. And then I'll just show you, if you come over to your animation, you've got all of your bones actually in here that we've actually put a keyframe to. We're not actually going to be working in here. This is for the more complex, you know, walk cycles when you're trying to really refine it and things like that. And, you know, we're just going through the basic walk cycle in this course. All right, so let's now go back to layout. Let's put this on pose mode. I don't know why it changes every time I go off that, but it does. And then what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come to my bones. I'm going to press Control C. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to frame 32. And I'm going to, in the viewport, press Control V. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come to the middle, so frame 16. And I'm going to press Control, Shift, and V. And what that's going to do is it's actually going to put a keyframe, but it's going to invert these. So now you'll see that we have actually got some kind of actual walk cycle, as you can see. Now you can see that we do have a problem. As I said, there will be problems with this. So what we need to do at the moment is you can see she's walking and her hips aren't moving at all. Her head is not moving or anything like that. And that is something that we need to sort out. Also, you can see that her legs, you know, although they're moving backwards and forwards, they're clearly not right at the moment because they need to be. This one in particular, this one's far enough, but this one you can see, it needs to be going further back. And I told you there would be some issues, and this is where you can fix them. Now, the other thing is, of course, is that this is a simple walk cycle. We've got a lot more to do on it yet. So don't worry too much if yours, you know, doesn't look very good at the moment or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my first frame, and then I'm going to come to these frames. I'm going to press B, drag, and just delete them out of the way at the moment. So let's do a little bit more work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this leg, I'm going to pull it further back like so. And I did want a little bit of a bend, so a little bit of a bend. Let's press R and X and just put it down onto the floor like so. And then what I'm going to do now is, I think we said, yeah, her hips need to be moving. So as this leg comes forward, if I select this bone here, this hip wants to be moving. So if I press R and Z, we'll move this hip like so. Now, the other thing is, as I said, you might want to also have your head moving. So as she moves forward, her head will actually go up. So you can actually have a head going up. It's always a good idea, actually, if you have a head going up and down. That's always a good idea. All right, so I'm happy with that. Again, we're going to do the same thing now. So A, Control C, and then go to frame 32. And then we're going to, in the viewport, press Control V. And then finally on frame 16, and we're going to press Control, Shift, and V, and there we go. Now, let's have a look at what that looks like now. All right, let it load up. And now you can see much, much better as she's walking along. I don't think actually the head is moving at all. Yeah, I think we'll sort that out a little bit later on actually in the head. So I'm just looking now. I think actually we need to probably bring in another bone. So I'm going to put this back. I'm going to delete those out of the way. So delete those. Let's press Alt-H. And I think what I need is, I need to put these in front. I think I need this one. Let's have a look. RZ. Which one is it going to be? RZ. Not the hip bone. I need to move. I think it might be this one. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. We need the chest bone in. So we're going to have the chest bone in as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come now and hide my other bones out of the way. So I'm going to leave all of these. And the reason I want to do that is because her body isn't moving the way I want it. So I'm just going to go in, hide all these bones. And I wish there was a quick way of doing this, but actually you can't set these in a group or anything like that. So we just have to come in and hide them like so. Now, if I grab all of them, they should actually be there. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to grab this. And as the hips turn, we want to turn I think we want to turn them that way a little bit. So I'm just going to turn them like that. Yeah, I think that's how we need to do it. All right, so now what I'll do is I'll grab them all. I'll press I, location, rotation. And then what we're going to do is I'm just going to put them over here. So 32 again, Control V, and then in the middle, 16, and then Control Shift and V. And now let's have a quick look what that looks like. That is looking pretty nice for now. All right. Now what we want to do is we want to come in between the frames. So we're happy with this. Just looking again. Yeah, you can see it moving slightly from side to side. Yes, okay, I'm happy with that. Now, the other thing is you can see that her knee isn't actually moving. So I'm just going to come back to this frame. And instead of deleting them all, what I'm going to do is I should be able to move, I press 1, move her knee a little bit further out like so. I move this one a little bit further out like so. And now what I'll do is I'll grab them all again. I'm going to press I, location, rotation, Control C. Let's go over now to 32. I'm going to press Control V. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come to 16. And I'm going to press Control, Shift, and V. There we go. Now let's see what that looks like. So now her knees, once they start working, now you can see it's moving a lot more realistic. Yes. All right. That's looking really, really nice. Okay, so now what we need to focus on is filling in these other frames. So we've basically got near enough 3 frames at the moment. We need to put one on frame 8 and one on at frame 24. So we need to fill those frames in, and we're going to do that on the actual next one. All right, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.